What is up, chat? Welcome to the stream. Today is day 54 of trading NASDAQ live. Live trading. What is up, chat? What is up, chat? Today is day 54 of live trading NASDAQ futures. Today we are, what are we doing? Let me actually have a look at what's going on. Let's just lock in, chat. I'll put this one over here. How's that? Maybe this is a bit better for you, chat. A little bit better. Let's have a look. Anyway, so today we have, let me just put it up bright. 3 L's, 1 W. Put that white, and that's gonna be a bright. 3 losses and 1 W. Let's make it nice and clear. Let's do it like this. 3 losses and 1 W. Bang. How's that look? Look alright? Alright, chat. So today let's do a bit of a recap. I have a bad habit of not actually live streaming this stuff, chat. So I've been actually trading during the day and not live streaming it. So yeah. Alright, chat, let's do a bit of a recap on today's trades. So I took, good news, bad news. 3 losses were taken on my 5 50k combines before I decided to close out and lock myself out for the day. So as you can see, I've got 5 50k combines. I took these 3 losses on those combines before closing out and locking myself out of the day. Alternatively, I had 5 100k combines that I passed in that last trade. So I didn't close out so everything was copy traded into those 4 accounts. The 5 50k accounts were locked out after 3 trades, and the 5 100k accounts had 1 more trade left, and that was what passed it for the day. So a quick recap here. As you can see on the NASDAQ, micro NASDAQ here, if we zoom out to the 15-minute, we can see sort of price. If we zoom everything out, we see price has hit this floor here and it started to trend up. So we want to look for these pro trend continuations. Now, I was looking at the 15-minute here, and then during the day I was looking at the 3-minute, and there was a recent break of structure. Okay, so if this is what we saw, okay, so this is what I saw in the morning. There's a break of structure, and then we have a sort of pullback here, which makes this a protected high. From this protected high, I wanted to look for pro trend continuations at this low, correct? Protected structure, we're following the trend. So that was the goal. I was looking for pro trend continuation. Now, at this point, you guys know I have a counter trend set up. My counter trend is 2 double tops, 1 top, 2 top with inducement in the middle. Now, once those criteria has been met on the 3 minutes, I can look at taking a short. So this was a potential viable trade here. Now, I didn't enter at this point in time. Okay, so I'm still looking more probability is the pro trend continuations at this protected low here. That was more viable, but a counter trend trade is less probable, but is still viable. So I was looking for an entry point here, somewhere to take it in. And that led me to this final touch here, right before the, look at it, I think it's a little bit before now, about 50 minutes before the Frankfurt Open, I decided to execute the counter trend trade. After all this inducement here, okay, after all this inducement here, I decided to take the counter trend trade. Now, as you can see, I get stopped out pretty soon. Tight stop loss, price didn't really come down that much, and I get stopped out. And so, me being a silly Billy, I thought maybe, okay, let it retrace up, let it sweep up some more liquidity up here before continuing on and taking a deeper counter trend trade entry, and that didn't work either. So I lost those 2 trying to take counter trend trades. So I'm going to journal that, low probability. Anyways, we had this protected high gets broken, so this becomes a break of structure. We need to find the lowest point opposite of the breaker structure to find the protected low. There it is. And now we're just waiting for a sort of top Okay, we'll wait for a top so we can create the range of the channel. And so here we have the top, price sharply returns. Okay, so now what we have is a pro trend continuation that we can take at this protected low here. Now I was not watching the charts at this point in time, but I did circle this area. I did have something set up. It was like something like this, and I didn't take that trade. So I had like my entry sitting here. I think it was like this, and I think it was just covering. So even if I did have an entry order set, it would have probably got wicked out before continuing up. But as you can see, the pro trade continuation trade would have hit if I was a bit more, if I was on the chart a lot more, but I wasn't, so that's fine. Opportunities will come. So anyways, pro trend continuation, it does go and hit the opposite point of interest, so that would have been a valid, beautiful long. Missed it, but that's fine. Anyways, at this point in time, I noticed that price didn't break through it, so I decided to take, what we have is a weak low, and that's why I circled this line here. Now I decided to take, oh, let me just fix something up a little bit, chat. Let me see if I can fix that. Oh, no. Oh, I can't really do it. Oh well. Let's see if I can. Nope. Anyways, that's fine. Anyways, I was looking for a counter trend trade after this price action failed to take this high. I tried to take a short. As you can see, price did come into this sort of internal protected low. I could have taken partials or something off that, but I wasn't. I could have taken, look, a 3. I could have taken, realistically, a 3 risk reward off. Could have just taken that off there, but I was kind of pushing to try and pass the challenge, so that wasn't a great idea. I lost that quite immediately, and then, wouldn't you know it, price goes ahead and hits that. And to be honest, you know, let's be real, guys. I'll show you the chart execution. It's all live here, so you can see the red arrow down. I took a short here, and I got closed out here. Short here, got closed out here. I was thinking I could take a short at this point in time. Oh, I think I might have closed out this. Maybe I might have locked out the account on this, on the 50Ks. Oh no, not this one. It should be this one. Yes. Okay, so short there, closed out. Short there, closed out, and I shorted here, and I got closed out right there. And as you can see, of course, you know, a second you take the right trade, it likes to close you out before it goes. And as you can see, if there was a fake out or stop loss hunt, stop hunt, whatever you want to call it, before going down. And so unfortunately I missed this leg here, which is fine. That led me to close these 4 combines. I actually closed this one after 2 losses, which would have been a smarter decision if I did on the others, but oh well, tis what tis. Okay, let's move that down a little smidgen like that. Okay, cool. And then anyways, that led to the me locking myself out. And now this is pretty bad. My daily max loss limit is $173.80 left on these 4 50K combines. It's not the greatest, but it is what it is. And then the last trade I took for the day, which was on my 500K combines, before I activated these accounts, was a long. And so I took a long, the same as this previous long here, protected structure setup, continuation, pro trend continuation at this sort of 15-minute low here. And yeah, that was a fantastic 3.87 risk reward, and it hit TP before sharply reversing. So as you can see, this was the New York Stock Exchange Open. I waited a little bit for the price to, I didn't want to jump straight off the gun. I want to see price play out for a few minutes, and I can see it came and retested that low, didn't break through it again. After the first candle here rejected, I entered off the second one. And so yeah, I took that one up, and it was pretty quick. A new stop loss or trail method is the move the stop loss to before the 5-minute candle, which is something I'm looking at doing. So I didn't really need to do that on this one, but yeah, I did well to close out at a profit there. So all in all, good day today. 3 losses, loss, and 1 win, which passed my combines. So now I have 5 100K accounts or XFAs or funded accounts that I can realistically, I could really even just trade this now if a viable setup presents itself. So if we go ahead and, have a little look at what's the market's doing today. Right now, as you can see, it's sort of just crashing at the moment. It's really just falling down, isn't it? So we'll just zoom out to see what's going on in the higher time frame. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a blurt, but let's have a look at the 4 hour, just get a clearer picture. So we have this sort of ascension, this respected protected low. Now price has come down. I'm gonna assume, before I even dive in, I'm gonna assume price came back into like a 0.68. Yeah, pretty much. As you can see here, price came back to almost 0.618 fib level, and that's usually a pretty hefty zone of respect. Okay, so I'm going to just keep an eye. I honestly think price, because this leg here failed to put in a new high, price has a lot of potential to come back and sweep this low here. So that's something that we should consider. If I was to sort of trade this, realistically speaking, because price has come back and swept a lot of these lows internally on the 15-minute, 30-minute. It's broken all of these lows here. It's not just internal change of character. This is a proper change of character now. Price is officially bearish, and so at this point in time, more probable trades from my perspective are shorts. So realistically speaking, if I wanted to trade anything tonight, seeing as this thing has just been broken, it has created the internal change of character on the 3-minute or the 5-minute, whatever you want to see as, and this has just been liquidity that's been swept. Or even if I just do this will be the proper change of character. Yeah, we could look at just some shorts somewhere. So realistically speaking, a short position up here would be most ideal, but realistically, it's a long time for it to come back to this area. So I don't think any trades will be available anytime soon. I don't think I would be interested in taking a counter trend trade now. Like a long here would be way too risky. Don't want to catch a falling knife. There's no sort of real look. It's kind of respected off a really random zone. There's nothing to stop price just continuing down. So I wouldn't take any longs around this time. I would want to maybe wait for a short position, maybe somewhere in these point of interests. Something maybe like here. Maybe if there's a bit of a reaction, I could take a small pro trend continuation now that it's bearish. Maybe something to maybe something like to that. If it presents itself later. So I can look at a short, something like that. Or realistically, the high probable area would be a short at this area here. Okay, so those will be the two potential trades that I'll look at later. At the moment, there's nothing really viable. I've already made my 4 trades for the day. 3 losses and a win, and I don't really want to continue. I've sort of spent a lot of my mental capital, so yeah, that's pretty much it, chat. So for the time being, just a recap, past my exit phase today, 5 100k funded accounts, and the 4 50k combines sort of struggled, just took 3 losses today. It wasn't the greatest, as you can see, and yeah, I'm gonna sort of just leave that out for today. I've already locked myself out, so I can't continue, which is good. And on this these 500k combines, there is potential to take a long, depending on. The London session just closed. Is that right? London exchange trading hours. Brisbane time. Look, that already searched it up. 2:30. Okay, so they close at 2:30 in the morning. So they've still got another hour, it seems. So realistically, maybe there might be a bit of an opportunity. Maybe I'm gonna really just sort of look at something back here, really something like this, something really on the external side. I don't want to, and I want to keep it tight. Realistically, if I was to take a trade, all I would be aiming for is like a quick $200 scalp, maybe like you know, if it's 20 points like this or 25-point stop loss, you know, what would that be? So if I want to take I want to risk maybe 150 divided by 25 divided by 2. It's a three micros. Okay, 3 micros for something like that, you know. Quick 1.5 risk to reward, long 25-point stop loss, you know, something very generous, just to hit the minimum requirements of the $200 per day on my express funded accounts. So I mean, you know, I'll keep an eye on this for a bit. It might be a viable option. You know, maybe there's a trade that presents itself, but I'm not gonna hold my breath, realistically speaking, because you know there's been such a big movement today. The price has fallen out so hard, and yeah. So in the meantime, as we wait for price to sort of do its thing, I'm going to quickly jot down, journal these trades, chat. You know, that's part of the job here. I got to journal these trades. Bang bang. I think it was like that. Yeah. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me in the chat as I do this. 21.13, 22.14, 21.13, 22.14, 16 minutes. Okay. 23.36. 23.49. Let's see if prices sort of come into something that we like. Not yet. I don't really like that. Not yet, at least, chat. Just a quick scalp, $200. That would be super good if it presents itself. No stress. At least come into this area. At least. I will wrap it up in maybe 24 minutes maximum. Looks like it is coming down. Okay, as you can see, price is absolutely tanking down. Price is protected low. This is what we said. We didn't want to take any counter trend trades just yet, so I'm glad I didn't. It is coming around, but realistically speaking, I want to see a solid rejection of that line. because that is too risky for me to take so far. Okay, it is kind of rejecting. Is that good enough for me to take a long? I think it might be. I'm going to take a long here, chat. Very tight stop loss, something like that. Risk about 150 to make 200. Like I said, 3-minute counter and trade, double bottom with inducement. Be the third trade of the day, fifth trade of the day actually. Yeah, so little tight one. So one there. You know what? Let's use the actual circles. Come on, Brady. One there and one there, and we shall see how this one plays out, chat. Pretty easy on this. I kind of like the look of it. I might enter. Wait, let's have a look at the 1 minute. It does look like it just swept it. Yeah, look, I'm just going to enter a little bit more, tighten my stop loss up. Just a bit. I'm going to clean this up a bit so I can look at it nicely. There you go. Okay, here we go. That does look nice. Now, I'm only taking this trade, no matter what, to this internal protected high here. See this little line? I'm not looking at anything too crazy. This is a 1.77 risk to reward. And I want to sleep early tonight, so that is what we're sitting at right now. 6 micro contracts. NASDAQ. MNQ. Let's see how this fares out. I wonder how it goes, chat. Yep, and we will just vibe. This is it. As you can see, there's a lot of selling pressure here. Look at all these short orders, but you know, I'm sticking to it. Because it hasn't really pushed through. I mean, yes, it did sweep, but did it push through? No. Well, let's have a look at what the other... Okay, so the 5 minute, there was a sort of rejection, hasn't pushed through. It is still pretty valid to continue going down. If it goes down, I'll just close out for the day. I don't really want to be sticking in this for too long. There's the 4 minutes left on the 15 minute. I'm just going to close these. And I am going to make sure I add this into the journal. Very important. Okay, chat. We shall see how that one's going. Look, it closed me out. I am going to sleep. I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping it closes me out so I can stop and just rest. But in the meantime, as it doesn't, I'm just going to quickly journal the details of this trade. What time is it now? When did I enter this one, eh? Come on, close me out, close me out. All right. I'm okay with that, chat. Counter and trade, generally low probability. You know, quick small loss, 250. Not a problem. Look, realistically, it's still bearish. Like I said, such a random space to sort of try and counter and trade it because there's no real support. But yeah, see what's going on. Everything's just frozen. Roll. Okay, it's a bit concerning. I don't want. Yeah, I didn't like that. Still bearish. Is there any other opportunity for me here? Of course, it wicks me out and then it might start coming back. $38 seconds left. Let's see. 2 minutes left. Oh man, I'm tempted to get back in here. I'm not too sure. There's a lot of selling pressure, as you can see, a ton of shorts, but there is some buying coming in. I don't really know. It is, if I do get in, it's at a really bad area. 1 minute. Closure. I don't know. What is the 3 minutes saying? Is this a valid? It's not really. At this point, it's sort of become invalidated. It is probably going to continue bearish, maybe. 16 minutes left. 2 hours, 16 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about it. Oh, in the beginning of the whole analysis, we were saying shorts are more probable. Of course. Well. Oh, chat, you hate to see it. Just weeks me out. 136. 136. 01. 41. Man, that is rough to see, chat. Well, obviously I can't, it's not a great idea to jump back in, right? Yeah, I can't really jump back in here. It's just quite unfortunate, it just whisked me out before. Wow, a lot of buying pressure coming in now. Alright, I will do a quick one. But this one will be a very tight stop loss. Something like that. And then the same protected high target. On this candle. Alright, chat, we are looking at there's a massive flip of volume, ton of orders on the buying side, a lot of sellers have evacuated, so it'll be interesting to see how this fares out, but it looks like buyers are starting to take the lead right now. Man, it is really choppy. Look at it. 15-minute candle just closed, I'm assuming. Yep. All right, what is it saying here? Let's keep an eye. Let's just maintain a 3-minute bias here. Let's just keep our eyes on the 1 to 3 minute. Let's see what the tilt is saying. It's kind of mixed. It's kind of mixed. So I am. When did I enter this one? Positions 145. Okay. Yes. All right. I'm going to journal this one in. This will be the last trade I am. This is my 6th trade of the day. Very all over the shop today. 6th trade of the day. I didn't go to the gym, so I'm going to put that in there as well. It is really up and down, isn't it, chat? Alright, chat. Looks like this is going pretty decently. It's time to move our way. I'm going to trail the stop loss to the previous 5-minute. To the previous 5-minute. And I'm just going to carry trade. I'm just going to carry it. Not carry trade it, but sort of trail it. Might look at taking partials here, just to be safe. Oh wow. I want to keep the eye on the 5-minute. The stop loss will be at the bottom wicks of each 5-minute candle. So 20 seconds left on this candle. Oh wow. Heavily reversing. Oh wow, whipped me up. Oh, whipped me out. I could have closed for a small green for the day actually. Chat, what is going on? Am I getting it? Am I getting pumped fakey or what? Oh my days, it came up as well. What am I doing wrong? Where did that close me out at? It's 13775. 13775. 13775. Oh man. What is going on, chat? I could have maybe looked at a short there actually. No, but it didn't come into the area. Am I looking at a long potential again? Don't know. Alright. Last trade for the night. Risking that much. Okay. There we go. Oh man, what am I doing actually? Oh my chat. Alright, I think I'm crashing out here. 3 losses in a row in a few minutes, and they were all running in profit at some point. Yeah, what am I doing, chat? What am I doing, chat? And I'm scaling up my positions as well. Not good. This is a lower internal change of character though, but even still, this is not really. Which way is the 5 minute? I'm gonna move this stop loss to right below the previous 5. So the second last. What I do is if I'm doing the 5 minute trailing stop loss, then I move it to the second last 5 minute candle. So as you can see, the stop loss will be below this one, and once this candle closes out, I will move it to right below this one. But man, what am I doing, chat? Oh my god, I should channel this one. This is not good. When did this trade close out? 145, 149. Alright, well, there's my take profit. Let's see where the 5 minute is. 7 seconds off the 5 minute. 4 seconds off of it. 4 minutes. 40 off 4. Alright, trailing the stop loss. Technically should be under here. Don't know whether I should just close out something here. No, I can't yet. Ooh. See what the tilt is saying. Still pretty mixed. This is counter trend trade, so I should really look at taking profits a lot earlier. There is a bit of resistance on the 15 minute. I mean, this is a good sign, you know, on 15 minute has sort of created this rejection on this initial low. 30 minutes is struggling to break through lower. Now I don't want to, I really don't want to try and go for massive long shot, but I do want to sort of take something off the table. But would like to be in the green for today. I should have taken it off a bit earlier. We'll see if this. I'm gonna stop after this. If this is the last trade. I'm maintaining my stop loss before the second last 5 minute candle. So if it stops me out here, I'll take a small loss for the day. And I'm happy for it to just hit that TP and call it a night. Meanwhile, about 2 minutes left on this candle. Sorry chat, that was a mosquito. Mosquito. Sorry chat, mosquito. Four seconds on this candle. I mean, it still is kind of slowly coming up. I mean, no real. I can't really move. I don't want to move my stop loss to below what it is, even though that's the second last candle. So I'm going to just keep it as is, and we'll see how it goes. Man, I wonder if I should really be taking bits off now. I do feel as if, you know, I mean, this swept it and it's, I guess it's continuing up, so no real reason. I might take off like 2. Secured $100. See what the 5 minute is saying. 2 minutes left on the 5 minute. See what the 15 minute. Yeah, 15 minutes has had a decent rejection, and it was a 30 minute say. Yeah, I mean, it's not really a sign of a reversal. It can really just continue down. Yeah, it can really just continue. I don't see it. Like, where do we, let's see, and this leg here to that head. It's sort of just, it didn't even bounce. It's still in premium, so premium is still more viable for shorts. I don't know. The long is kind of a pretty shit play. Yeah, it could be reversing here. I'm closing out. Oh, a few bucks. Hold up, chat. Hold up. I just need a few dollars to get it over. Oh my days. Get it over the $200 mark. Please. That could be bad. This is bad. This is a bad idea. Oh my god. This is bad. Do a quick little buy there. I don't know where this one exited. Yeah, okay. Boom. Honestly, that was very poorly handled. That was a bad trade. Look at that. And it's continuing up. Oh man, that was bad. I could have just held it. I got shaken out. Oh well, look, let's just have a look. Where did that one actually close? That one actually closed at 159.50. Right? Yeah, 159.50. 159.50. My goodness gracious. And it continues going up. Oh well. Look, whatever. Oh well. That is okay. Look, realistically, I think it's what is that? So if I'm risking, yeah, it's a 0.5% win. 0.5% win because I was -3 something. Yeah, so 0.5-ish win. I'm just gonna jot that down. Look, it kept on going, and it would have hit that over there, but you know, it's something to note. Keep an eye off next time. You know, it was a counter trend trade, low probability. Who knew it was going to go there? It could have easily just come down, much like this one here. So yeah, I mean, the more I watch, the worse it will be, to be honest. So what's the risk to reward there? 1.51. Pretty shit management of that trade. Pretty shit management. I'm actually going to note that one down there. That management. Closed early. $200. And then I entered again. Yeah, poor management. Poor management. Could have taken partials and left runners. And it's continuing up. Well, you know, that is how it goes, you know. Low probability counter and trade, but yeah, I should probably eliminate those from my arsenal, to be honest. But all right, chat, that is it. So we are up $258.80 on the funded accounts, as you can see. Accounts. So we are up $258.80. Oh wait, probably a better way to show you would be like this. Okay, up $258.80 on the 5 XFAs, and we'll bring back tomorrow, I guess.